Good afternoon, everybody. This is Joy Lingerie. You have just tuned into the Mature Musicians Group, and we have a show today with Trsvis Kent. How are you today, Travis? All
I'm
right.
doing good.
Okay. And I do want to give a shout out before we get started to my sponsor, Luscious Moss Studio, which is owned and operated by Chad Quist in Wood, Washington. And he has a very collaborative, creative environment set up for drummers and guitarists, but he also does other work, and he seems to be doing a little bit more of that lately. So things quiet down a little bit in the fall compared to summer. So with that, we will move on to Travis. And Travis, can you tell us somebody said, "Hi, Travis. Here's my first guest. I need your name. I cannot see who you are. So if you give us your name, we'll greet you." And anyway, we're back to Travis. How did you begin your musical career, and how did you form the style that you're using now? Is it guitar lessons, self experimenting, or what? What happened?
Um, I started. Well, I was introduced to music at a really young age because of my mom. She played in a band, and I was around that, and I watched like MTV and stuff like that. Listened to what she was playing, kind of in the '80s, and from there, I got turned on to a band called Guns N' Roses, and I
Yes, I
really
like Guns N' Roses.
I really liked Slash. He was just I really liked him a lot, and he made me want to get a guitar. So I talked to my mom, and I was like, "Hey, mom, I want to get a guitar. I want to be like Slash." And she was like, "Oh, cool." She's totally supportive of it because she's has a musical background. So I was like,
Right,
"Right on."
right.
So we went out. We got this little red Honer entry level kind of guitar, and I took it home, and I was so excited, and I got it ready to go, and I couldn't play anything, and I didn't know what to play. So I was like, "Oh."
Ah,
So I put it down, and I put it in the closet for like years,
ah,
and it just kind of sat. And as time went on, I was introduced to more bands. Music had changed from the
yeah,
80s into the 90s.
right.
And I got into like Nirvana and Pearl Jam, Alice in Chains, Tool. Uh, and I was at the mall, at Alderwood Mall, and there was a music store with a group of friends. And we went by the music store, and the guy was like, "Hey, come in." So we all went into the music store, and he grabbed a guitar, and he goes, "Check this out." And he plays the riff to "Come As You Are" from Nirvana. And I'm like way into Nirvana, so this just blew my mind. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, I have to learn that." And I have a guitar, and I love Nirvana. So I went home, and I took my Nirvana Nevermind CD, and I played that song over and over and over until I could get my fingering down just for the da da
That's
da
cool.
da 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 da. And that's about all I learned. But from there, I took a real interest into it. My mom
Can I
saw that.
stop you there for a minute,
Oh yeah.
Travis? Hold that spot. We do have a couple of people. A Scott. Excuse the way I look here when I do this, but I can't see these darn things. They're so dang small. But it says this is his. He said hi. It was Scott Gorchester from
Hi Scott, what's up?
Deadpool. Do you know this guy? And
Yeah,
then we all
Scott's yeah, he's an amazing guitarist. Oh yeah.
all right, cool. And then we said, "Hi, Travis and Joy from Andrea Hollister." So,
Oh great. Hi Andrea.
all right. So where were we? So you were learning this. Are you learning this lick over and over? And then what happened?
So my mom, she took notice, and she noticed that I was interested in it, and I, was like, "Hey, maybe we should get some lessons." So I took some lessons. I got a little better guitar than the Honer
Yeah.
because yeah, the strings were like this high off, the fretboard, and it was like okay,
Yeah.
didn't really hold tune. So we got one that was a little Fender Squire. It was much better, and took a bunch of lessons, and had a really good teacher. Learned theory, a little bit of theory, scales. Uh, Learned how to play.
The dreaded scales.
Chords were hard for me. Scales
Oh,
wasn't so bad, but the
oh.
chords, yeah, that's where I kind of got tripped up.
It's my opposite with me. I try to do those wee licks and it's like no. So I get
Yeah,
it.
yeah, but yeah, I got with a group of friends, and one guy played bass, another one kind of picked up some guitar, and we jammed out. This was kind of in middle school. Um, then in high school, I started a band. It was a high school band, and we played like a lot of churches and some school of talent shows, um, some kind of like shows that you get like at like a place that you would like rent out,
Yeah,
it was like a big gym or something like
yeah,
that,
yeah.
and do shows with like other bands, and it was all original music. It was totally fun. We actually even took a trip all the way down to Southern California. We took a truck, and it broke down. The engine blew up, and so we were stranded in California, and it kind of ruined the trip. But we got to do a couple shows, which were actually pretty cool. Um, but we made it our way home, and from there the band kind of broke up. Everybody went their separate ways and started
Yeah.
living life.
Can I ask you when you started? When did you actually start playing the guitar? Actually playing it. How old do
I
you think
was
you were?
about 14.
Ah.
Yeah, that's when I really started getting into it.
Did you ever go out to a concert and hear Red Guns N' Roses or
I didn't go out to a concert until I was 18.
oh,
The stadium show, it was Primus, DMX, Korn, um, and that's the only stadium show I've ever been to. So
so how did you when you were listening to these bands, were you listening at any particular thing that you were hearing that began to form where you wanted to go, or did that just happen spontaneously?
musically,
Yes, playing.
um,
You're
you
playing
mean?
because you have a very unique, very
Oh,
different kind of style. So you had to pick that up somehow, somewhere. People listen to music differently. I hear
yeah.
certain things you hear totally different. So
Yeah, most most of that influence just comes from jamming with people over time,
yeah.
being in a lot of original bands, and just watching people, learning from them. Um, and I saw some cats kind of doing similar things like that,
Mhm.
and I was like, oh, cool! I could take it to this level, or I could push it here,
Mhm.
and maybe I'll try this and experiment with that. And so I kind of developed that style from that.
Yeah. I've got another person saying hello, Joy. I have, hi, I don't know who you are, but I have Travis Kent with us. He's just telling us
Oh,
how he developed into his style. So when I eh, when I first met you, I met you at Stewart's. It used to be a bar and grill in Snohomish,
yep.
and you come in there and jam. And I was noticing your technique between then and now, and it's even more developed than it was before. So, what genre, if any, would you put that the music that you play today? Do you have more than one thing? I mean, no, you're in two bands. I don't know the name of them,
Uh,
but is there a difference between the two, or how does that work?
the two bands.
Yeah, and who
Oh,
are they? What's their names
oh
again?
yeah. Okay. The original project that I'm working on is Clapping Cheeks,
Ah,
and the General Admission is the cover band, and I use some of those techniques in the cover band, but for the most part, we just play the songs and make people dance, which is fun. So
Not a bad
Um,
thing.
yeah, no, it's great. The original band, it's I would say just kind of like alternative rock, you know.
Alternative rock.
Yeah, and it has influences from various genres, but it would fall in the alternative rock category, I believe. So
Yeah. So in high school, you went to your first concert. Between that time and the time that you're out playing in public, did you ever had a paying gig during that period of time, or is it mostly just appearances?
I did for a while. Well, I moved out of state for a while, and I moved to Southern California, and I got in some original bands there. And one of the bands that I got in, actually, we were getting paid. We were getting paid pretty good for original music,
Yeah,
which was really hard to do. But the band didn't last very long. But for the most part, it was cool.
yeah,
Um, didn't really get into cover bands until probably this last year and a half or a year or so. Um, no, a little over a year and a half. But that's where I mainly get paid. Yeah.
yeah,
The original stuff is kind of like, you know, you, you play in the cover band so you can support your original project, right? So,
yeah.
but
I get that.
yeah.
We also have another comment here from Krista.
No, hi,
Uh,
Krista.
and she says, you know it, Travis, and I'm not sure what comment she put, that she's reacting to, but uh, anyway, hi, Krista, and thanks for commenting.
Hi, Krista.
Okay, so I know that you're going to play for us a little while later, but
Yeah.
I'm still trying to dig around into this background because I think um, you say alternative rock. Can you further explain that for us, for those of us who may not be rock and we don't know what it is that you do?
Um, some of it, well, it's alternative rock, I would say, because of the different genres. Some of it has more of like a poppy feel or like a funky kind of a feel, more uplifting dance kind of a feel. And some
Right.
of it's just more like an orchestrated piece that's put together and it's something to listen to and observe
Mm.
and enjoy that way. So the rock part just comes from, just distorted guitars and then the alternative part comes from just kind of experimental
Yeah.
and something a little lighter and cleaner.
Right. So, what was your favorite the favorite thing that you've written so far? And how we heard it was it out on the internet when I put it out.
The favorite thing that I've written right now is a song that I'm actually working on with a bass player that I got, and he's awesome.
Is that the one?
And
Is that the bass player that's going to be on next week at Monday at 2 o'clock?
yes,
And his
Bill,
what is
yes,
Bill? What's
yes,
his last name?
Bill Dahl.
Okay, Bill Doll. All right,
Yeah,
go ahead.
yeah. So we've been doing this song called Oxymoron, which I like because it has a bunch of different twists and turns, and it just kind of the lyrics are kind of a little mind bending, and it's just really fun to play. It just has some really neat, interesting stuff.
Licks
Yeah,
in
I
there.
find interesting. Yeah, it's kind of one of those orchestrated pieces, but it's fun to watch. And
All right.
so, but yeah, we're gonna be busting that out really soon. So
And then Chris says about keeping everybody dancing.
yeah.
How do you do that? And what age group do you have usually at your gigs with that are out there dancing? Is it a younger crowd or is that a vast broad mix of people
It's a
or
broad mix of people because our music selection, it's a really broad range. It caters to a lot of people, and we have a lot of songs, so we have a lot to pick from. Our library is, we're every show we can do like a little different show. It's not going to be the same thing every time, so
yeah.
it's fun. Yeah, yeah. It's
So
a good deal.
what is a lot I've noticed this and I don't know if it's true or not, but for us it was we'd start with a song that relaxes everybody that everybody knew and there is no trauma. Do you do that as well?
Um, I do it in my original stuff. I try to bring people in with a song
Yeah.
to get them to get used to what I'm gonna
That's,
do. I don't really arrange the songs for the covers. I just get up there and jam out. So.
a good idea. Do you watch the crowd to see what they're like?
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm always watching the crowd. Yeah.
So, in all the experiences that you had so far, and I don't know how old you are, but I know that you're younger than most out there,
I'm
and
not
so
super young. No.
well, I forgot my question now. Darn it! I usually ask people their age, but I do know that the bands that you've been in and the things that you've been doing are I don't know. They're more today. I mean, I don't know, more current kind of music to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but somebody help me out here if you disagree with me.
Yeah, I try to keep it fresh, and
Yeah.
new. I like to listen to a lot of different stuff. I spend a lot of my time, like on YouTube, like, well, not a lot of my time, but when I do go on YouTube, I watch like guitarists and stuff like that,
Yeah.
like guys to look up to that just blow me out of the water. I'm just
Yeah.
like, whoa. So,
We were watching. Do you know Spencer Toyson? You know Spencer? Did you lose your sound?
I think I lost you.
Oh no,
Joy,
I'm
I
here.
lost you.
Okay, go out and come back. Yeah, voice. Let's see. Come back in. Jump back in. We gotcha. Can you
I
hear?
can't hear. I can't
No.
hear.
Yeah, nothing I've done
Can I
is
leave and come back?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
If you work with this shortly, some button got touched, I guess. I hope it's not on my side because I didn't touch anything. So, Krista, he gets down on the floor with you. I want an explanation of that thing. While we're waiting for him, hopefully he can get back in. Well, anyway, while we're waiting for him to come back and join us, which I hope won't take too long, I there he goes. Let's see if we got our sound now. Okay, can you hear? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear.
Oh,
Can you hear me?
yeah. You're a
Oh
little
my
high.
goodness. Sorry, I got a phone call. I guess it shuts off the mic or
Oh,
something.
yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
technology.
Yeah. Today's
Yep, love
technology.
it.
Hi, Donald. Donald Malador. He's videographer. He's no longer in this area, but he just popped in to say hi.
Oh,
And while I'm
cool.
doing that, I was thinking I better shut my phone off because it does the same dang thing.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay.
well, I don't know how to turn that off. Oh shoot.
Well, yeah. Now while you're on it, right?
Yeah.
So we know if you get bumped, what it is. Just log out, log back in.
Okay.
I kind of forgot where you were there, but Krista's saying something that you get down on the floor with her. What is that? And explain who Krista is to you as well.
Okay, Krista is she's awesome. She's the manager of General Mission, and she's super energetic and totally
Yes,
lively. Yeah,
yes,
totally fun. She's fun to be around. She's a great
yes,
person.
I agree.
And so I wear wireless systems, and I'll jump down on the floor and we'll boogie.
And she likes to dance.
Yeah, so that's what she means when I get down on the floor. So
For
yeah.
those people who don't know Krista, I saw her in person on Saturday night. She was at the CCR with a band called the Rodsters, and
Yeah.
she would dance the whole night. I mean, I'm sure I left after the first set, but I need to get my sleep right.
Yeah.
But that girl was just going. And she will be on next week at 2
Yep.
o'clock, right here, same time, same station, along with your bass player that you're talking about. But Bill Dahl, is it
Yep.
correct?
Bill Dahl. That's correct.
And she's the manager. And she's also going to have, or at least that was the plan, was to have the sound man. So we get a little idea of how he's dealing with that kind of stuff that you're playing in your band.
Yep.
So the band that we're talking about is called what again? I'm sorry, Travis.
Oh my
The
goodness.
second band with
The
the
original band?
no, the Krista band. The
Oh,
one
that's
that
General Admission.
oh yeah, General
Yes.
Mission. Okay.
Yes.
So stay tuned for that. That's next week. Travis will
Yes.
make a guest appearance too.
Yes.
So this is about the time that we talk about COVID and briefly describe a little bit about what you were doing during that time. I mean, there's a lot of places closed. Snohomish was more
Yeah.
open.
Oh, it was spooky. It was like a
Yeah.
ghost town.
What were you thinking about that? What was going on in your head?
I was like, well, I'm going to have a lot of time to play guitar. So, where am I going to get guitar strings?
Oh
You
yeah.
know? So,
Oh no.
but no, I spent a lot of time on YouTube just studying and practicing and learning. And it helped a lot. Like it
Yeah.
really opened. I mean, that was the good that came out of it, you
Right.
know. And
Did you ever catch it? Did you ever get sick with COVID?
I did.
Uh,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
While you're here, so that says whatever
Yeah.
happened there, you made it.
Yeah.
That's
It
the
was
most.
it was early when it first
Yeah,
happened, but
I got it too.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Really fun.
that takes us into listening to you play something. And Krista, you're welcome. Uh, she put a comment in there about thanks for kind words. But you can grab that guitar and show us
Okay.
your planned.
Well, this
Um,
song. All right.
I'm going to get
I
out
hope
of
you
here
can
for a
hear that.
minute. I'm watching you, Travis, but I'm not going to be on screen. Okay.
Okay.
All
All
right.
right. All right. Okay, this song is about my guitar.
Okay. We see your head, but when I do this, I mean, I see your guitar, but when I do this, your head kind of disappears. So just
Okay.
just heads up.
Is that better?
Yes, it is.
Okay. All right. So this song is about my guitar. It's kind of metaphorical. So I call it the stick, and I am kind of like the monkey playing the stick. So I call it Monkey Stick is the name of the song. Hopefully I can do it. It's very new, very fresh. This is my most current stuff, but I'll play a snippet. Playing with my monkey stick. Playing with my monkey stick. In my hands, it feels so good. Cause it's made of hardwood. It's my monkey stick. Monkey stick. Monkey stick. I'm playing with my monkey stick. No, I gonna take no nap because I put you on with a strap. You're my monkey stick. Monkey stick. Monkey stick.
All right, thank you, Travis. What
Yeah.
what is the Monkey Sticks part? What is the background of the song?
So it's actually that guitar. It's more about that guitar. It just
Okay.
kind of like is my workhorse. It's the one I had for like 2 decades, like the only guitar I had for like a really long time.
Oh,
And it's just a total workhorse. And I just, just sit there and just play, play with the stick and, yeah.
I see in the background, is that a piano?
Yeah, it's not mine though.
Oh,
No.
okay. Do you play the piano or just guitar?
I wrote like one song, but I can't, I don't know like keys
Yeah,
or anything. So,
yeah,
but yeah.
I gotcha. There's guitars behind you. Is there a little history in some of those?
Yeah. This one is kind of like my Frankenstein. It's been through just about.
Uh-oh, you froze.
Oh shoot! I gotta come out again.
He's he's using his cell, and when he gets a phone call, he can't. He has to back out and come back in because it bounce him off the internet. Sorry about that. That's the only problem with phones. Oh, oh, that piano belongs to Krista's daughter. So, yeah, I think he's back with us.
I'm so
Look,
sorry.
yeah, well, cockeye happens on here. You never know with technology. One time it
Oh,
works, the next time it doesn't.
oh, it's my bad.
Oh, won't worry about it. We still
this
gotcha.
this guitar broke down, and I was just like, oh man, I need help fixing it, just because it's just been so torn apart and just gone through so much. And my buddy Eric Davidson helped me kind of do some putting it back together. And he was like, you don't have a backup guitar?" And I'm like, "No." And he's like, "Oh shoot!" And he starts scrolling through his phone, and he pulls up two pictures of guitars, and he goes, "Which one do you want?" And I'm like, "What?" And he
Wow.
goes, "You can take a pick of either one. Which one do you want? I'm going to give you a backup guitar." And I was
Wow.
like, "What?" I was like, "No way." I was like, I can't accept that." He's like, "No,
No.
you have to take one. You need one." So he hooked me up with that Strat right there,
Ah.
which is a total bad. It's bad. It's fast. It's a fun guitar. So yeah,
Do you use it in your gigs now? That one?
it's a backup guitar. I did end up buying a newer guitar that those are more kind of backups or just for fun, just to kind of do
Yeah.
something different. But I have a new axe now. That's my main one, and
What kind? What is the make of it?
it's a PRS.
Never
Paul
heard of
Reed
it.
Paul Reed Smith. Yeah, it's they're nice guitars.
And
They play well. Yeah.
I'll have to take a look next time you're around. I wasn't paying attention to your guitar
Yeah.
when you were at the Twin Dragon. I was watching your fingers. You also have a black one hanging up there.
Yeah, that's one I picked up. I just I got a good deal on it, and I was just like, oh yeah, I want to be like Randy Rhoads from Ozzy Osbourne. Just want to just shred. So I just got that one just to like shred and do tricks and all sorts of stuff. So yeah, it's a fun one too. But that one's really hot. Like it's just like go go go.
Oh,
So yeah, it's a
cool.
fast guitar.
I have a Squire, by the way. I noticed you mentioned the Squire.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
have. I just love it.
yeah.
I play with. I don't know if you know Billy Shoe, but the Billy Shoe band. I play with him every now and then at jams, and because of mine and the way mine played, he had to go out and buy one. He said, "Oh, I love it."
Nice,
Yes.
nice.
The funny thing is, um, oh, you're okay. Never mind. Anyway, I thought I saw something here, but it says remove, and that usually is not on there when we're talking. So I thought, oh no, what happened?
No, no.
No,
Okay.
you're good. We're good.
All right.
So the next part of it is, um, you know, since you started until where you are now, are you satisfied with where you're at and what you're playing, or what would you like to do in the future? Anything different, or stay the same, or where do you see yourself going?
I really enjoy what I'm doing now, but I would like to progress it further, both the original and the cover band. You know, I see good
Right.
things in the future. The general admission, we just keep getting tighter and tighter and tighter. You know, as we
Right.
play,
That
and
makes a big difference.
yeah, yeah, and the bass player that's playing my original stuff, he's actually the guitar player, the second guitar player in General Admission as well.
Mm.
So he plays in that band as well, and we get to practice all the time together because we live together. So it's
Yeah.
pretty awesome, you know.
Yeah.
Get to
Cool.
jam, but like,
Built
yeah,
in,
yeah. It's like
built
right
in band.
on. Yeah,
I should be so lucky. Ay,
yeah.
ay, ay.
Yeah, it's
And
cool. It's cool. It's fun.
what is one of the best moments you had at a gig since you started playing?
Oh man. Oh.
Or has been a lot of them? I mean, you don't have to do just one. You can do as many as you can think of,
Yeah.
if that
Just
fits.
uh, you know, every gig is different. You know, you could play for like one or two people and get a reaction out of them that makes you feel so good and so special that if you
Yes.
went and played at some big venue, and you know, that's awesome too, and I love that. I love, you know, playing in front of like, you know, a bunch of people. But um one gig that I would think of that stood out was I was playing in a bigger venue and we sold out the place.
Oh,
There was probably about 500 people,
wow.
and we went into the first chord. I was way younger, so I was playing like punk rock, you know, and and we went into that first chord, man, and all of a sudden the room just started spinning in one big circle, and I was like, "What is going on?" And we just
Oh,
had to play through it. It was so cool. I mean, it was just like, whoa, like to watch all those people do that. Um, but that was fun. And then nowadays, it's, you know, I don't get I when I moved back here, I started doing my originals again. So you know, I'm still kind of just putting that together. You know, it's
yeah.
people's work schedules. You know, it's
Yeah.
hard to get. You know, they just
Yeah.
get busy. So,
Yeah. I get it. I definitely get it. And what was the worst time that you can think of that you had?
no boy. Oh
Uh-oh. I think
yeah,
something's in
the
there.
stories. I don't know if this is the right place.
Okay.
No, just there's some bands that I've been in that I think I wasn't just kind of with the best people, so
Yeah.
it's kind of at a low, you
Yeah.
know. And a couple times I hit rock bottom,
Oh,
you know, and it was just like boom, you know, and I had to dig myself out of that.
yeah.
And you know, it was hard to dig myself out of that, you know, to
Yeah.
kind of
No, I
push
hear
that
that.
aside. Yeah.
Yeah, I've
So
been through my ups and downs too.
yeah,
And I have an added problem. I'm a perfectionist, and it sounds like you might be a little bit too.
yeah,
And I want to do it right. And there are times when my brain just doesn't want to cooperate.
yeah,
I want a divorce sometimes, right from there. So anyway, if what gigs? First of all, let's talk about the next 5 years. What do you want to do gig wise? And then, do you have any goals set for that? And then, what you have, if you're writing any songs, when they might be out, and what gigs that you have coming up. This is a point we're going to try to promote what you've got going for you,
oh,
Travis.
cool. We have a bunch of gigs in general admission coming up. They are posted on the general admission site on Facebook, General Admission Band.
Okay.
So you
I'll
can
write
join
that
that.
down. I want to know.
Yes.
I want to go to it. I didn't go
General
to it yet.
Mission Band on
Okay.
Facebook. That's where you can get our gigs.
Okay.
They're all posted there, and we play all over, so you should be able to find one in your area because we go all the way up to Stanwood and then down to Snohomish, down to Duval. We're everywhere. So
Have you gone out to Oregon or California yet, or are you just mostly local at this time?
mostly local at this time. We've been together. Well, the group that's been together now probably about a year and a half,
Yeah,
almost
you're
two
still pretty
years.
young.
So yeah,
Yeah.
still a little young.
How
Yeah.
about east of the mountain? Have you gone out to Spokane yet, or?
Not yet. No,
Mm.
no. Yeah.
Yeah, I get fans every now and then um, from in that area asking about when some of you guys are going to come out there.
Oh, cool.
What I was just looking at this comment again about Deadbolt. Who's Deadbolt?
Deadbolt.
Yeah,
I don't know.
no. Okay. He said Scott Gorchester from Deadbolt. Anyway, I don't know if that's
Oh, is his band Deadbolt?
yeah. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, it's
Well, yeah.
Scott. Yeah, Scott. What's up?
Okay. All right. So back to what are you writing anything at this time?
Oh yeah. Um, you know, Bill and I get together a lot with the original stuff, and yeah, I have a bunch of songs I just want to get out, and he just learns the songs and plays the songs, and we got new material coming out, and now that I'm pushing those songs out and getting that stuff out, I'm inspired to write like new material and kind of been working on different stuff. Lyrics is
Sure.
always the hardest part.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
you know,
Where do you get your inspiration from? How do you get to these songs?
oh geez, um,
Yeah.
just wanting to do something different, something fun, unique. Um, Trying to be different. Everybody's already done everything anyway, so it's like, what can you do? But just trying to entertain.
Right. Krista said that she's hoping to get something out in that Spokane area. So hopefully you'll be out there and you keep us updated,
Oh,
okay?
that'd be awesome. Oh, that'd be so cool. Yeah.
All right. And what gigs do you have now? I know you're going to go to your website. Please, somebody put that in that website, post that website link in there so we can all go there and take a look at what you've got posted.
Yes.
Okay. And actually, for both bands, it doesn't matter. I mean, next week's a different thing, but this is both your bands right now.
Yeah.
So, and what do you have coming up with your? Oh gosh, I just can't remember the names of these bands. Trsvis.
Okay. Just say original band or cover band.
Okay, which one's the cover?
General Mission Band.
Okay, and what's the one that
The originals.
you're at? Yeah, is
Clapping
there all
Cheeks.
originals, no covers?
It's all originals. I'm not sure. We might do a twisted cover or something.
Okay.
But yeah, that band is Clapping Cheeks.
It's called what?
Clapping
Oh,
Cheeks.
Clapping Cheeks.
Clapping
How'd
Cheeks.
you arrive at that name?
Oh my god.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, I get that. Uh-huh. So what is that? What does Clapping Cheeks have? Where are you going to be playing? And also back to the other band too.
We're still in the like open mic kind of trying to find a drummer stage. So right now it's just Bill and I, and we just we play to a metronome. It's a great drummer. but
Yeah, I hate those things.
But no, that jam out at Twid Dragon in Duval where we saw you.
Yeah, right.
That was kind of us bringing out some new material and
Yeah.
looking for a drummer, kind of fishing.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that drummer that played for you that night, I cannot remember his name, but he has a country band. and he was with you lick for lick. I thought he was right on your music.
The drummer dude?
Yeah,
Oh, he was awesome.
yeah.
Keith? I don't know what his Facebook was either. Yeah, he was from up north. He came from far. But yeah, no,
Where did
he
you come
kept
from?
up. Oh geez. It was
No,
up north. It was
up
kinda up,
Bellingham area.
yeah, it was up a
Yeah,
ways. Yeah, but
yeah,
no, he was good. Yeah, he was really good. I was
yeah.
like,
I thought he was too. Hi, Jerry
yeah.
Craddock. I see you there. And Krista, I see your web link. Thank you very much for putting that in there. That will
Cool.
live on
Yes.
this uh,
Right on.
in my mature musicians group screen and also on my Facebook. So, of all the things that you've done, what's your favorite thing? What do you like doing best? I mean, playing. I mean, that's part of you, right? You know your guitar,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. You know, my passion is writing songs and performing them. That's my passion. I like recording. I haven't done too much, but I have been in a studio before.
Mhm.
But I do. I really like performing. It's just so fun being live,
Yeah.
and just the atmosphere, the ambiance, and
What do you
the
do when, or maybe you never have any bad performances, but what happens if you go out there and it's not quite what you expected and it was like, what have I done?
oh man, yeah. uh, yeah, it's pretty. I just kind of cringe. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I guess I read this. I had a Guitar World magazine, and I read this article. This was like back in the '90s or some long time ago when I was learning. And they had asked a question to Billy Corgan from Smashing Pumpkins, and they were like, "What do you do when you make a big mistake or you make a mistake on stage?" And he was like, I just play through it and I just don't even worry about it because
Yeah.
it's there and it's gone and you just keep going. So,
Yeah.
and I was like,
I'm
oh,
getting there
that's really good
slowly.
advice.
Yeah.
But it's hard to do because you just like, sometimes you're just like, oops.
I- You can usually tell if you're watching my face if there's an oops because I'll
Yeah. Oh,
start to
yeah.
laugh. I don't know why that's funny, but for some reason it's like, oh darn. Yeah. In
Yeah.
your 5-year plan, what do you envision for, are you seeing yourself with a different guitar? Are you seeing yourself um, maybe changing up your music and the originals that you're writing? And where do you want to go in 5 years?
Um, in 5 years, I would like to have another recording of the newer music that's coming out right now.
Right.
And
How many songs are in there?
oh, geez, probably like another 8. Let's
Uh-uh.
say another
Yeah,
8
it's an
going. Yeah,
album. That's an
yeah,
album.
yeah. Um, but no, I'd like to get them recorded and then get to a position where we're performing. But with general admission, we want to do like, we want to get into like nice. I mean, we do private parties. We do,
Yes.
you know,
Yes.
bars, restaurants,
Right.
clubs, anything. Um, and we want to progress, get to a nice solid level to where we could like do like casinos and get into like the bigger
Right.
venues, and festivals and things like
Yeah.
that. So
I don't know if this is every casino, but it seems like they go for things like tribute bands, and I'm like, what? Have
yeah,
you have you looked at that at all? And just have you given any thought about what kind of tribute you'd play?
I haven't looked at a tribute band. No, I was
It's
in a
not,
tribute band a very long time ago. I was in a Pearl Jam tribute band.
ah,
It was fun. You play the role and you play the licks, and yeah, it was
yeah.
cool.
I just think, to me, I would think that would be kind of boring. I don't know. Maybe it wouldn't be, but to try to mimic somebody else and
I like playing a variety. I like
Yeah,
having a selection of music to choose
right.
from. I do.
Keeps it interesting.
Yeah.
How far back do you go? Um, you mentioned from the 80s to the 90s, kind of where you're in that probably closer to 2000 something now.
Yeah.
But how far back do you perform songs? How old are your songs?
How
Some of
old are my
yours.
songs?
Hmm.
Some of the songs I still play today. So I would have wrote them when I was about like 15 or so. Yeah, I
Yeah.
still play them. Some songs are from like 10 years ago. More current
Are those
songs.
covers or
Originals.
originals? Okay. What
Um,
about covers? What do you do?
Covers. I started doing a few covers, and I would do them at like the open mics and just like a few
Hmm.
gigs I just kind of get here and there. Um, I did that. Started doing that probably around 2013, 2014, maybe.
Yeah.
And I didn't know a lot. So it's only been the last 2 years really that I've really dived into covers and learned
Yeah.
much more. Yeah.
I can remember being up at stage with you at Stewart's, the Shortcuts playing, and I was playing behind you, knocking on heaven's door.
Yeah.
Oh, what a thrill!
Oh yeah.
Nobody ever letting me play at that time.
It's such a
Now they
good
do,
play
but
along. It's such a good play along and sing along. It's such a fun song to play
it
with
is.
people. Yeah.
It is. I
Yeah.
miss that place. I wish it was still here, but it's turned into something entirely different that I don't do. I don't.
Yeah. We actually did a gig there in General
Oh,
Admission Band on Halloween.
oh, cool.
Yeah, it was actually really cool. They let us do it, and I think we were the first and only band that has done that since. But yeah, I think they'll have us back. They really dug it. It was a lot of fun.
All right.
This it's a nice place. It's it's much
Did they
different though.
remodel? Did they
Oh yeah,
remodel? Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So where's the bandstand in there now?
Uh, just kind of move tables out of the way. You know where the shuffleboard used to be?
Yeah.
That's where the band would be.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I have got to stick my head in there. If they have food?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
do. I guess it's like really good too. I
Oh,
haven't had any, but yeah, I
that's a
hear
draw.
it's
I'm gonna
yeah.
check it out.
No, I hear it's really good. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then they have their own brewery, and I got a root beer there, and they brew their own root beer, and it
Oh,
was really good. Yeah.
wonderful. What is this? Said the acoustics. Krista was saying the acoustics are extremely good. Do they have regular bands, or was that just a one-off? Or
I think that was a one-off. They asked us to come back on New Year's,
yeah.
but we were already booked,
Oh,
so we couldn't. Yeah, so we're thinking maybe next Halloween, next New Year's. But
yeah.
yeah, they want us back, which is cool. So
Yeah.
yeah, we'll do
Yeah.
it.
Did something right.
Yep.
So the next thing, the area that I'd like to touch on is when you're writing this. I do want to know. I am going to ask you other things, but I was thinking about this writing and the fact that you have one band for originals and one for covers, and I was wondering when you're doing this original music, um, is there anything other than your past endeavors that inspire your songwriting? How do you go about writing a song? Do you start out with the music since you're quite a guitar player, or do you do the words first, or how do you write?
I start with the music first, actually, and then I try to create like a melody over it, and I'll just brainstorm ideas. Like an idea will pop into my head, and I'll just like write the word down, and from that word, I'll just try to
Right,
expand
right,
on it and
right.
make the words fit and
Yeah,
have it make
yeah,
sense.
yeah.
Hopefully, like so.
On this, one thing that you said you've been in the studio and recorded. Did that ever get put on the streaming programs out there?
Yeah, it's on Spotify and iTunes. It's under Calling All People.
Calling all people.
Yeah,
Okay.
and you see a picture of this amp, and that guitar, and that is
Calling
the
all people.
Calling All People, and there's 6 songs on there.
Okay.
Yeah,
Was that the name of that
that was the
album?
name of the project at the time. Yeah,
Okay, the
we were doing
project.
that.
Okay, and just give me a minute here. I
Oh
don't
yeah.
usually do this, but I want to. I want to. I want to look into that.
Oh, cool.
Calling all people. All right.
Yeah.
What advice do you have for people coming up? And I don't know if you know um, Spencer Toyson.
Uh huh.
You know Spencer. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's kind of all over right now. And he was out playing last night, rock, of course, and shredding his guitar,
Yeah. Yeah.
singing with Lynn, and for people that probably have not done a lot of gigging in clubs and so forth, that are looking to get their feet wet and don't have a lot of experience in how to get gigs and um, what to expect when they finally get out there. What would your advice be to them? And I'm going to ask Krista this next week.
um, I was never good at like booking gigs really, so I haven't really done that. Um, but I would say um, relax, practice.
Now that is a mouthful because I mean, first of all, if I had to play in front of 500 people, I'm not sure how relaxed I'd be.
I know, no, I know that's bad.
No,
I
it's
know.
good. I mean, it's good
Oh, I know
advice,
it's
but
hard to
that is a
do.
hard thing to do. It really is. How do you relax? You take deep
Yeah,
breaths, or you just normally kind of laid back
yeah.
in it?
Oh, geez. Well, for me, when I'm on the guitar, I'm just into that, and that just kind of relaxes me.
Yeah.
I just like loosen up. I know where I'm at. I know what I'm doing. I know what I can do. I know what I can't do. I know where I can take things.
You make
Um,
mistakes.
yeah. Oh yeah, I make mistakes all the time. They don't sound like mistakes because I'm that good.
All
No,
right.
I make mistakes all the time. All the time.
So relax was one of them. What else is there out there? Is there?
But practice though,
Oh yeah.
be like, if you're not practiced, don't relax.
Yeah.
Because be on your,
Be on
focus.
your game.
Yeah. But no, like practice so you can, relax and just kind of focus on what you need to focus on. Don't overthink it either.
On your originals, when you're playing with people, not necessarily the fans that I don't put them on the spot here, but do you hear the mistakes that are being made around you, or do you mostly focus on what you're doing and not and put that out of there where you don't really hear it? You're just doing your guitar and you're singing.
Yeah, I hear it.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I hear it. But it's okay because it for the most part can blend, and then I make enough mistakes as it is on my own originals. It's like
yeah.
I wrote the song and I'm making mistakes on it, so yeah.
Uh-huh. I
Right?
did that last night, and it's for me. I've got this habit, and I got to break it. And it's when I'm listening to what people are playing. If it's something I'm not expecting, I kind of get lost where I am, and it distracts me. Sometimes I forget a word or I play the wrong chord, and I'm
Oh
like,
yeah.
stop it, stop
Oh
it.
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The,
Okay, so we know practice and relax. Is there anything else that you like to tell our listeners?
um um just just be passionate about what
Yeah,
you do, just
you
love
have
it.
to really want to, right?
Yeah, I just love it, like enjoy it, you know, just be happy, because it's a gift, you
Yes.
know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a gift sometimes and sometimes not.
So.
Have you ever been discouraged where you say, "What am I doing?"
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There's been times I've put it down for like a year, two
Yeah.
years. I didn't even touch a guitar.
My last episode was 3 years. I said, "This
Yeah.
is it.
Oh.
I can't look at it. I can't touch it. I couldn't do it."
Oh.
And I really had a hard time coming back. Let me tell you. I thought that coming back would be easy. I mean, that it wouldn't be a constant struggle, but it is. And
Oh.
yeah, I had to learn to remember everything I had done before and then some.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Another advice. I think this is a good one. I hear a
Okay.
lot too. Is be a student of music.
Be a what?
Always be a student of
Yes.
music.
Yes.
Always be learning. Always be a student. You know, there's always somewhere to take something. There's always something to do. Always something new you can do.
Absolutely. So we only have a few more minutes to wrap this up.
Okay.
So I think I've kind of pulled out of you as much as I can at this point. So next week you'll be on too, but the focus will be on Krista
Awesome.
and Bill and your sound guy. What's his name? The sound man?
Bill.
Bill.
No,
Oh,
two Bills.
two Bills.
The sound guy.
Okay.
We call the sound guy Billy.
Billy.
Billy and Bill.
Okay.
Yeah.
Billy and Bill. You know, it's really interesting. We had to use our sound last night at the vault because Lynn forgot his. And it was very different. Our system is old fashioned. I mean, it's not up to date.
Oh.
Yeah, but it still sounded fairly decent. I'll give it that. And for male voices, it was set up pretty good. But for my voice, I was singing way lower than I usually do, and I couldn't figure out why. So sound is really important, and that's one of the reasons why I do still want to do another um, interview with your band. So your cover band and get some takes on the sound and when you're at a gig and you know what the function is when things start going wrong, what to do,
Oh
like
yeah.
when you get a phone call and get bounced off.
Oh, I know. Like, who does that? Like, gosh, what a turd.
So last question is about your fans. You know, that's a long process to get people. I mean, all the fans that I had before, and our band was called Gold Rush Fever. Started with Gold Rush, somebody stole their name, so we changed it to Fever. And it took us a long time to get fans, and now they're all gone, and I'm starting all over. And little by little, you know, people are coming out to listen and so forth. But do you have any thoughts about the people that support you and how you'd like to grow your fan base? Obviously, appearances
Oh,
do that, but
geez, a fan base. Hmm. Well, I hope I treat my fans good.
yes, they are really the stars of every show. Without
Yes.
them, we would do nothing.
Yeah. You know, I just, I hope to do something that's, pleasing to them. Um, maybe something that would surprise them.
Yeah.
They wouldn't expect.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah. I don't know what to say. I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. That came out of the blue, and I'm sure you were
Yeah.
prepared for that. But again, you know, without them, oh, we
Oh
wouldn't be where we're
yeah.
at. There wouldn't be music. And I know
Yeah.
when it shut down in COVID, it was like, oh my gosh. You know, I
Yeah.
couldn't get my music fixed, but it finally came through stream.
Yeah.
Well, Travis, with me putting you on the spot there, I apologize for that,
That's
but
okay.
maybe next time we can dress that again.
Okay.
Anyway, I will see you in a week
Okay.
along with Krista and the two Bills. And I hope to dive a little bit deeper into being a cover band. So in the meantime, I want to thank you so much for being on.
Thank you, Joy. Thank you. It was
You're
great.
welcome.
This is a
You're
lot of
welcome.
fun. This is
All
a lot of fun.
right.
It's
All
awesome.
right. Anyway, you have a good rest of your week until I see you again. As to people who are out there listening, tune in next Monday, the 6th.
General Admission Band. Yep. Krista is the manager. She's gonna be out.
Feb-
Yep.
yes, absolutely.
Yep.
February 6th, 2 o'clock, same time, same station.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you again. Well, that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed that interview. I will be once again presenting the cover band of Trsvis. I think some good things are happening there. So I'd like to look at it in a little more depth. Original songs are very, very different from doing cover songs. Sometimes you need a little of both, and sometimes you don't. So it's something that you do have to struggle with. And I'm sure that Krista will be able to answer, being the manager, some of the questions that I have coming up. Bye, everybody. I'm going to try to sign out gracefully. This never happens gracefully. But anyway, you all have a good rest of your week. Bye-bye.